Welcome back to the Sammys and Beer podcast, live here on this April 30th, Wednesday, April 30th, 2025, the day before it's going to be May. Uh, with me, as always, is the no longer homeless, even though he looks it, Tomas Rincon. It works better, Tomas, if you unmute your mic when you talk.
That's incredibly awkward. That's embarrassing. That's okay. Hey everybody, how you doing? I have some stuff we could talk about here in a second. It's a very lazy evening for me because it's like raining out and it's like doing things for me, so I'm a little lackadaisical tonight, but that's gonna be okay. The alcohol should change that in short order.
Lackadaisical, huh? What a white person word.
Well, Matt, I don't know. White people are kind of cool, I guess. I've killed like 13 scorpions in this house, by the way.
Nice. You know the military guy that does TikToks? And he's got like a kind of a dry tone. No, he's got kind of a dry tone. You'd know who I was talking about if I saw it. But he did one of the most spot on TikToks, and I think you would have laughed your ass up. I was going to send it to you, but you're no longer on TikTok.
I'm no longer on anything.
But it was a group of black guys with dreads, and they were playing music, except they were playing like hardcore punk rock, like Blink 182.
Okay.
And it was pretty decent music, and they're fucking jamming out, you know. And he jumps in and he goes, "This is fucking cultural appropriation." The skinny white boys playing emo music is fucking ours. There's a lot of things we don't get claimed to. This is it. This is white people shit right here. And I thought that was funny as fuck.
That is pretty funny. I think it's the fat electrician you're talking about.
There's plenty of fat tradesmen out there.
No, he's a vet, but that's his thing. That's his name, fat electrician. He does the that podcast with all those vets on it. It's actually pretty good. Unsubscribed. Pretty fucking decent podcast.
I don't think that's him.
Maybe Brandon Herrera?
Maybe I'll look.
Nico Ortiz? I'm just naming guys from the podcast.
The fat electrician? Nope.
I don't know.
He's not on with those group of guys. He's got like a really dry sense of humor. He does military stuff too. He's does a lot of military stuff.
Cool. But I mean, there's a bunch of us out there.
Yeah.
Like a fuck ton. An actual fuck ton. I have questions for you, Matt. But first, we must shoot.
Okay.
Got a buzzball for me today.
I'm going to get myself to go to Honey.
There is no liquor store nearby. The closest liquor store is 30 minutes away. There's plenty of other stuff, just no liquor store. I have to go on base for liquor. Very weird. So I have to settle with what I can find at a gas station because I didn't feel like driving an hour to get liquor. Especially when I barely know her.
Fair enough.
My shot's really kind of lame, but we'll get into why I'm doing it later. I have some stuff I want to talk to you about. But my shot goes out to the people who can change. I don't just mean like emotionally or physically or whatever, just the people that embrace changes and make things better. Here's to you. All of you.
So you think people can change?
Yeah. Not completely, but a lot.
Tell that to Bruce Banner's pants.
So stupid.
They can change a lot.
But we'll get into it after you take your shot. But yeah, it's work related stuff I want to talk to you about.
Okay. Well, my shot after helping chaperone a field trip for my son goes out to all the teachers who deal with them fucking asshole kids all day. Because fuck them kids.
Did you see the math of like if teachers charge what babysitters charge? They'd make like $200,000 a year.
Yeah. I can believe that.
Yeah. Teaching is a thankless profession. But I still all remember my favorite teachers, my best teachers. They make a legit impact. And I'm drinking Trulies tonight.
I actually talked to one of my former teachers last night.
They're still alive?
Yeah. Still teaching, too.
Jesus Christ. And I can't really retire from that one.
He was brand new when I started, which I didn't realize back then. But he's like, yeah. I was like, you're not retired yet? No, not. They haven't kicked me out yet. They actually just signed me up for another year. Good for you, buddy.
That's impressive. Yeah, teachers are.
I always find it funny because I always wonder if they actually remember you. I mean, you know how it is seeing that many people.
Yep.
Especially as like a high school teacher. I mean, I had a graduating class of like 1,800 kids.
Yeah.
And you figure he's done that for 20 years now?
You'd be surprised, though.
Fuck ton of people.
You'd be surprised. Like, I have
I'm not that memorable. Maybe if they're like, there's a couple that I for sure know who I am. But
yeah, like the ones that you leave an impact on and they leave an impact on you, negative or positive, those are the ones that are like, I have plenty of teachers that don't know who the fuck I am, but like my English teacher that like got my head out of my ass, and like a gym teacher that I was really cool with, and like a couple others, like they remember me.
Yeah.
But the other
coaches and stuff.
Coaches will, yes. I had one, my soccer coach from sophomore year reached out to me because I posted a picture of something. It was a while ago. And he's just seen how I was doing. I saw he's now a professional college coach. He was active duty.
Nice.
And he just did it on his own free will on the side. He didn't have a kid in the school, you know. He was just there in Korea for a year and he wanted something to do with his free time, so he coached us. And he was an asshole. He was you know what I mean? He put us through the ringer, but we were really good because of it. We won a lot of games. Yeah. So I still remember him to this day, and like some of the stuff he told me, and you know, like impact.
That's one thing I hate around here is like to be a high school coach, you have to be a teacher.
Correct.
Which I think is a stupid fucking rule.
It's pretty dumb.
Because I don't think those two things are
synonymous.
I was going to say synonymous, but I wasn't sure if it was the right word and I didn't want to sound stupid.
It's the right word. Jaime was not a teacher. He was active duty, but as long as you had a teacher for our school, one teacher for a coach, then you can have other coaches from the outside. That's fine.
Well, but he was the one teacher was the head coach then, correct?
Correct. But he actually didn't know a single thing about soccer. Period.
Yeah. See, I think that's I think it's just such a stupid rule because especially with sports nowadays, like sports have evolved so much. Like if you get a kid that's just starting any sport, soccer, football, baseball, basketball, if they're starting it when they get to even middle school, they are so fucking far behind.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, my kid started wrestling in first grade, and he's like 2 years behind.
Yeah.
There's kids have been wrestling since they were kindergarten, before pre-kindergarten. They started like fucking 4.
You have talent, right? That mixes into that, so like he can catch up and exceed expectations.
I'm not saying you can't catch up, but I'm saying like by the time you get to like middle school, if you try to start a sport in middle school, like, oh, I think I'm going to go out for the basketball team this year. If you haven't been playing basketball, you're fucked.
Yeah.
You ain't making no team.
That's pretty fair. That is true. I mean, that is true. I grew up playing sports.
But then we're going to take somebody who, well, I just got a teaching degree and I want to make an extra $3,000 or whatever it is they pay coaches for the season. You played sophomore basketball in high school? Yeah, you'll make a good varsity coach for our team. Go ahead. Most of these kids have been playing longer than you've been, than you've known about the sport. So, but sure, yeah, you should go be our head coach. Go teach these kids something.
That's why you got to get. I mean, yeah, I don't agree with it, especially since college, like being a college coach in any sport is a profession. You know, being a coach at that
Mhm.
point is a profession. In high school, it should be a profession, but there's just no funding for it. They can barely keep art classes going. You know.
I don't know. I think you'd have enough. I think you'd have enough people interested in it starting a career as a coach to then getting into the next levels, getting into college, getting into.
But there's no money. Like, period. You know, that's the problem.
Yeah, but you could have a full-time job and do that.
Yeah, I could. I actually know quite a few people who would do that. You know, I really do. Yeah, I know they headhunt teachers here in San Antonio because San Antonio is huge, and it's Texas. They take football very seriously, so they headhunt their high school coaches 100% of the time. You know,
And unless you're like in a small town, like you get a coach that's been there for 10 years, like that coach needs to be gone.
kinda, yeah. And that comes into change. A lot of things need to, like, people need to move. People need to fucking get underneath some strife and move and change things up. Because I'm coming to realize, even in like my job, people who are sedentary, like, just start shitting the bed or just are so objective to changing the way things go and the way things work. They just like ruin it. Like, they're like, well, this is how we've done it for 20 years. Well, 20 years ago that worked, but right now it's not working. And I got a lot of fire in my heart for that one right now. Because I love change. I love moving. I don't like actually moving, like boxing and moving things, but I love going new places, seeing new things, meeting new people. I love it. Trying new jobs, trying new everything. You know, it's fucking fun. As a single man, it's fun. You know, like, I just have to worry about myself. It's really, really fun. But like, that's the greatest thing about the military is we weren't ever in a single place for more than 4 years at a time, max. Usually it was like 2 years at a time. It was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, there's cons with it too, but fuck, I loved it. I loved every minute of that. And you know, I'm gonna move that way in the future. But I have this problem at work right now. We have a lot of slots to fill that are open, right? And we're gonna fill them, but we're filling them with people who, we're gonna fill them with people who are from other squadrons instead of new airmen, right?
Mhm.
And we are getting so much pushback from the guys that have been here a while. Like, it's getting ridiculous, and it's just like, we're doing it anyways, whatever. But I'm getting fucking annoyed because they're coming in with all these new ideas and projects and stuff, and I fucking love it. Like, it's some good shit. Some of it's ass, and I'll tell them, like, no, we're not doing that. But some of it's like positive change, and they're getting pushback for no reason. And they're getting disliked for no reason.
Well, and I've heard a thing that says that, like, it's almost better that things be bad than kind of bad, because at kind of bad, most people just endure and be like, well, it's kind of good, it's kind of bad, it is what it is. And they won't leave a bad job or a bad career or whatever it is, a bad company, because it's kind of good. It's kind of bad, but it's kind of good. Versus if it was bad, they would leave and maybe go find something that is good.
Yeah.
So bad can almost be better than kind of bad, if that makes sense.
It does. I mean, struggle creates, you know, different things and innovation, and, you know, like, I know I get all of my work done when I'm fucking stressed about it and I don't have a lot of time to do it. You know, sometimes you just need pressure. And I've been learning that a lot with you specifically in the weirdest way possible, and it's video games. Like, I have this really bad habit of just playing on like an easier setting just because it's easy. And like, I have an okay time, like I have a decent time, right? Like, it's enjoyable, blah, blah, blah. And then you always push us to go do harder things, right? Like, different harder things, more PvP, more like difficult things. And I'm like super like not about it when you suggest it, but we do it anyways. And then we do it and we're doing it. And then I'm getting the rush and I'm getting like it's fucking cool. Like, it's, especially when you win, like, feel fucking great. It's not something I was used to.
It's cool when you earn shit.
Yeah. So like now,
participation trophies that your fucking lame ass generation is used to.
No, we won. But like now, like I'm doing that, right? I'm in my career, in my everyday life, I'm going for the challenges. I'm going for the hard stuff, the things that no one really wants to do or make happen. I'm doing it, and it's fucking fun. I've gotten my ass chewed out for it before because I don't always win.
But, you're always going to get your ass chewed out.
Yeah, my boss told me that 80% of his career is just him fixing the mistakes he made and growing from them.
Mm-hmm.
And that made me feel really good because 80% of my career is fixing the mistakes that I've made.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not fucking up, you ain't trying.
And I always heard that growing up, right? But I never had to.
It's hard to understand.
Yeah, and I never had to embody it because a lot of things came really easy to me growing up. Math, just learning in general, sports. I was always naturally athletic, and my parents kept me in sports since I could fucking run to burn off all the energy I had. So I was never the best, but it was never really hard. Do you know what I mean?
So can I ask, did people tell you, like, oh, you're naturally gifted at this, or you're really smart, that's why this is easy for you?
I heard that a lot growing up.
You know what? You know how bad that is for a kid to hear?
I know that now.
But do you know why?
Because it makes them they don't push themselves anymore. They're just like, oh well, if I'm good at it, I could just be comfortable being good at it.
And do you know what you should say to kids in that kind of situation?
You can still improve in this way or that way, or
no, that's going negative with it. You don't want to show them ways that they can improve. You did awesome because you worked so hard at this.
Oh, that would be good.
Because then it's not you were just naturally good at it and that's why you did it. But you're saying you worked hard at this.
Mm-hmm.
You improved and you did this because you worked hard. And so then when they get to other things in life that are challenging, instead of being like, well, I'm just not smart enough, fuck it, I give up on this. It's, I'm good at working hard. I can work hard and I can fucking get this. And it's a different mindset, and it changes that voice that's in their head. Instead of being, I'm smart, I should be able to fucking figure this out, to, I need to work harder.
Yeah. I agree with it. No one ever told me that growing up, It took me a while to figure that out.
A lot of people didn't know the psychology of it. I mean, if a kid was good at something, you told them, hey, you're naturally good at this.
Mm-hmm.
Not realizing that it was going to eventually hurt them down the road.
Yeah. Which, I mean, because you want to compliment your kid, right? Like, you want to gas them up when they're doing really good, but I like that.
But how you compliment them, it's weird to think about, like, how you compliment somebody and what you compliment them on can make such a dramatic difference in their life.
It really could. Now it's all about the hard work, right? I'm in a fucking high-end career field with a lot of really good professionals. So now, like, I have to try 10 times harder because I just never had to before.
Yeah.
Or like video games. I have to try so hard in video games now. It fucking blows. I'm really bad at games now. I used to be really good. I used to be really, really good. Now it's just like, fuck.
I don't know if you're ever really good.
I was really, really good. I was never the top, like, 1,000 for anything ever,
No.
But I was up there. I was making, like, the Grandmaster fucking whatevers.
You want to know one thing that I actually fucking hate?
What?
Speaking along this lines, movies about prodigies.
Name one.
Searching for Bobby Fischer.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of that?
Mm-mm.
You know who Bobby Fischer was? It's a chess movie. But it's about this little kid. Bobby Fischer was this big time chess player, and like he was like in the 60s or 70s, and like went over to Russia, beat their grand champions, and like was just this fucking phenomenal chess player.
Okay.
And then one day he just fucking disappeared. He got tired of it, and he just said, and nobody ever saw him again. And so this movie is about this little kid who's like 7, sees kids see these old dudes in the park in New York City playing chess, figured this out in his own head how to play, and is just naturally fucking amazing at it. And then he gets these teachers and stuff. And I almost hate movies like that because every kid then wants to be the naturally gifted kid.
Yeah.
you know, not the kid. They don't want to be the kid. Nobody shows the video of the kid or makes a movie about the kid that fucking works his ass off. And, you know, I mean, they did Rocky, but
I mean, there's
that
plenty.
wasn't it wasn't a kid.
Plenty of you know what? You're right. When it's regarding a kid, it's always a prodigy. It's never hard work.
Mhm.
When it's an adult, it's always hard work, not a prodigy.
Exactly.
That's very interesting. I've never noticed that before. But I'm thinking like of movies and stuff. The only difference is anime.
Okay.
There's, I mean, like
anime.
a shit ton of anime. It's all about they got the rivals, you know, red and blue, whatever. Blue's naturally gifted. Red has to work really hard, and blue overtakes red the whole time, and then at the end he beats him. Right? Like that's just the premise of like fucking 60% of all anime right now. Fucking Goku.
Yeah. I don't want to hear about all these fucking dweebs.
Just so, but it's a good story. It's a good good. Well, I don't know, because most of them too like slide in the well, you were born with this ability, or you're really good at this naturally. So it's still like kind of interesting.
But like it just I don't know, because you like looking back, I see it and I'm like, God, I wish I was born really good at chess, or I wish I was born really good at football, or you know, really good at whatever. You know, and 99.9% of us, I would say even higher than that, are not.
Yeah.
We're not. You know?
We're just normal people.
Yeah. And learning that you have to work hard. And learning, like, I even heard it I was listening to Red Rising today, Lightbringer. And he even was talking. He's like, I've been on this ship for 260 days and I train 6 hours a day. And then he gave the total and he's like, this is how many hours I've trained to get myself better. And he talks about the work that he put in to do it, as opposed to, you know, just being a naturally gifted razor master.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think that stuff is just so important.
It is.
People realizing, you know, like, yeah, you're not going to just go out and practice baseball or practice woodworking once and make something that's fucking phenomenal. Most 99.99999% of people can't do that. But if they spend a couple hours on it every day in a year,
Michael Jordan
at 700 hours,
great example.
You know, Kobe Bryant was a good example. He used to practice I think it's like freshman year or something. I don't remember exactly how it goes. But he wasn't. They were talking about practice. And, you know, they're like, how much do you practice a day? And he's like, well, I practice, you know, 3 hours in the morning, 3 hours in the afternoon, and 3 hours at night. And they're like, why do you practice so much? And he goes, well, because if I want to get that much better, if everybody's practicing 6 hours a day and I'm practicing 9, he goes, in a year, I'm going to have practiced 1.5 times what they have.
Yeah.
You know, and so then I'm going to go from the middle of the road and get that much better than somebody else. You know, if they're the same as me, I'm going to be that much better than them. You know, by practicing that much.
He just really didn't practice on picking good helicopter pilots, and that was
nope. Well, that was after he retired. He had to practice basketball so much he didn't have time to practice picking helicopter pilots.
If anything, he had extra time.
Or learning how to be a helicopter pilot.
Oh God, I highly discourage anyone who talks about like flying helicopters. As you can see, they're death traps. They're super badass, made for high-speed people, but fuck, you're gonna die. There's no parachutes on a helicopter.
No, it's hard to jump out into the blades and parachute.
That's true. So, no, hard work makes a difference. And there's things in my life that I've worked really hard at. But there's things in my life that I've been naturally very gifted at. Medicine being one of them. You know, hating, like I took, sciences were always easy, but there have been like plenty of classes where I really struggle, right? Like I just can't stay focused. Medicine, you can talk about it all day. I'm dialed in. It's fun. It's interesting.
Do you think you like medicine because you're good at it?
I don't think so, because I didn't realize I was good at it until several years after I'd been learning it. It started with A&P and then went to EMS and all that stuff. And I was always humbled because I was always taught by people with like 20 years of experience that, you know, kill it. They fucking kill it. And it's very recently now where people are telling me like, "Hey, you're really good at this." I'm like, "Well, thank you." But it took a while to get there, and then it was just like a natural progression of things, I think. And definitely like talent plays a lot into it on like skills, right? Like I have a very steady hand. I can very empathetic, so it's easy to see like different things with different patients. It's a whole. I think it's one of those things where it's like I think I was made to be in healthcare.
Yeah.
Just the stars aligned personality wise, and a couple other things where it's just like, yeah, this is for me, and I'm gonna do it. Couple more side things. Oblivion, tried it. Remastered games usually aren't that great. I'm literally
You're gonna
thinking
tell us how awesome it is.
it is just as good as I remember as a kid. Like the nostalgia, you like go play and you're like, this isn't actually that great. Like GoldenEye, I don't know if you've ever played GoldenEye since you were a kid. Not that great.
Nope. But it was at the time.
Yes.
That was what you had.
Yeah. Now, over 20 years later, playing Oblivion, just as fucking good as when I played it the first time.
Nice.
Like, amazing. And then I also wanted to talk to you about getting Dragon Wilds today.
I don't know what that is.
It's survival base building, crafting nonsense, but it is also made by the guys who made RuneScape. And Gabe's been playing it, and he says it's really fucking good. So I just wanted to, I think I'm going to download it.
Terrible taste, though.
I think I'm going to download it tonight. If you wanted to jump on with me,
we'll see. Maybe.
I'm gonna get it.
We don't ever play games together, so like
we've been playing a lot together actually. What are you talking about? Like the last few weeks, we've been selling a lot of drugs together.
Not that much.
I mean, it's not as much as it used to be. Don't get me wrong, but it's still quite a bit.
Yeah, I would say maybe 3-4 hours a week tops.
No, we play for at least 2 to 3 hours when we play at night. At least
2, maybe.
I'll take 2. I guess
maybe.
I guess what I'm kind of thinking of too is I play a lot of games with bubbles.
You do. That's because you guys' schedules align a little bit better.
I play with 2 with bubbles and then 2 with you.
Sorry, I spend time with my family.
I've never guilted you for that ever. I think you're a good dad. It's something I really appreciate about you. But I'm downloading it if you wanted to play it. You don't have to. I got you to get Schedule 1, and I think I called that one pretty fucking well.
Yeah, I kind of fucking went OCD on that one.
Well, as long as you like it. You see all the updates coming out for it too?
No.
It looks like Cartels is going to win the vote, the community vote. So the next enemy being implemented is Cartels that you have to deal with.
The next enemy? I haven't found the first enemy.
Technically, the police are the first enemy.
Oh, yeah, they're fucking bitches.
So next one is Cartels, and then Mushrooms, the next drugs. There's going to be an in-between property, in between the bungalow and the barn. It's like another step from the bungalow because he noticed a lull in the game flow. And
it's a big jump.
A bunch of new things to mix with and things like that. Yeah. I think it's a really fun game. I think it's really interesting. And it goes to show these fucking game designers and these guys that are just in their mom's basements. Not even that. I'm sure he has a professional with a job. He just does this on the side. Just has an idea and comes out with a game that fucking kills it. He's making millions.
Yeah.
And he hired a marketing director, someone else to help him. I'm pretty sure it was his friend to help him update the game, and one other person for soundtrack, and that's it. And he's gonna keep updating it.
Yeah.
That's dope. These guys are just doing what they love.
That's what you sell.
It is. You do sell dope. They're just doing what they really love to do. And it's working.
He loves selling drugs.
He loves making video games. Maybe he does love selling drugs.
Maybe.
He clearly knows a lot about drugs.
No, he doesn't.
No,
No.
at least a decent amount, more than me, at least.
I mean, he could have gotten all that from watching fucking TV.
What is the medication used to make meth?
Pseudo.
The actual medication.
I don't know.
Sudafed.
Oh. Sorry, I said the shortened version of pseudoephedrine.
No, but you didn't know. You didn't know. You knew pseudo from the game, but that was a play on words because I know what you used to make meth, right?
Yeah, it's the stuff. It's the stuff you get make fucking that. It's a decongestant. That's why you have to give your fucking ID when you get fucking Claritin D.
If you buy enough,
Is because no, anytime around here, if I buy a 24 pack, I have to give them my driver's license so they can track it. And if I come back and try to buy it after if I bought a 10-day supply and I want to buy more after 7 days because I'm going to be out of town, I can't fucking buy it. Or if my wife both take it and I buy it the first time and then I need to go back if I buy a 10-day supply and I need to go back after 5 days because we both taken it every day, I can't go buy it. She has to.
I don't think we have that issue here.
You 100% have that issue there. Everybody has that.
I'm sure we do. It's just something I haven't noticed. I don't buy Sudafed. I can't take Sudafed, so
yeah.
I
just know because my wife takes it for her allergies, and sometimes she'll be like, "Hey, can you go buy this for me? Because I can't." I'm like, "Right."
You can get it prescribed and get it on GoodRx for a discount. Little tidbit. The online market for medications is booming right now. Probably for not good reasons.
No, it's because of Mark Cuban.
I don't know. That name sounds familiar, but I don't know what he did.
He owns the Dallas Mavericks.
Okay.
And he started a pharmacy company where basically whatever they can buy a prescription for or a medication for, they mark it up 20% and that's what they sell it for. Like he's just trying to lower drug costs across the board for everybody.
Smart. It's nice of them, actually.
So, well, yeah, especially if they're just, if they're making enough cost plus 20, I mean, they're making a decent markup and
still not charging as much as other people do.
Yeah. I mean, because that's a whole fucked up world right there with pharmaceuticals.
Yeah, with
insurances and like, have you heard some of these stories where like, if you go in and you were going to buy, there was a pharmacist talking and he's like, I'm not allowed to disclose this to a customer, but if you come in and wanted to buy, let's just say it's fucking penicillin.
Mm-hmm.
And you came in and penicillin's going to be $2 to buy 20 pills of it with a prescription. Well, the second you show his insurance card, he's then got to charge the insurance company. And even with you with it normally being, you'd be able to buy it for $2, you're then going to pay $4, and he charges the insurance company more money.
I hate that.
I mean, and it's just a fucking fucked up system.
It is. It is a really fucked up system. And then, but the caveat to that is a lot of people are like, well, Canada, we have free healthcare. You know how long it takes to see a doctor in Canada?
Way too long.
Months to see a doctor.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck Canada. Who wants to pay fucking that much taxes too?
I don't think anyone should do anything for free anyways.
I mean, and yeah, the quality, the time it takes to see them, the quality that you're going to get, I mean, none of it's going to be top tier.
No, exactly. It's not worth it. You get what you pay for, I guess, and they're not paying anything.
Well, they are. They pay for it in their fucking taxes.
Oh, that's even worse.
Yeah.
The government already takes too much from me for taxes.
I mean, I'm not saying that our system is perfect, because it's far from it, but it's way better than the trusting the government with more of my fucking money.
That is true. You ever think it's weird that I pay taxes, but I'm getting paid by the government?
Bad fucking investment there. No.
I don't know. That circle of money is just weird to me.
everything about the government is fucking weird to me.
Yeah, I mean, but how hard is it to manage millions of people? You know, I can barely manage my little office.
Well, but that's the thing is, at this point, they don't need to. Like, you can have. That's why we're states, is because each state should run themselves. And yeah, there might be a few federal things like, hey, you can't own slaves. That everybody's like, yeah, that's a good idea, except for a few fucking redneck southern states that are like, no, 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 no.
You want to hear?
But
You want to hear a slave joke?
do I ever?
Did you hear that they free the slaves are free now?
I have heard that. Yep.
Yeah, I couldn't believe they made us pay for them.
Fair enough.
It was a good one. I saw it. I was on YouTube Shorts. It's about as close to TikTok as I can get, and they are ass.
They are. My kids watch them all the time.
They're so bad. They like I'm burning away the addiction for shorts, like those little snippets of dopamine.
Yeah,
it's kind of nice. But yeah, the government's weird. I don't like it, but I work for them, so I kind of like them. You know, a little bit. Hey, we're the only country that can put boots on the ground in 24 hours. Anywhere in the world.
Yeah. I don't want them to be able to put boots on the ground anywhere in the world in 24 hours. Fuck them, guys. I want to be able to put boots on the ground anywhere in my country in 12 hours, and we're good.
I mean, we wouldn't even ever put boots on the ground in 24 hours because, like, say if like we went to war with somebody, we're just fucking decimating them in air power. At least a week.
Exactly. Yeah. Military, between airstrikes and fucking naval ships.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Here's a question, and I don't know if you can answer this for me. How quickly can, let's say, what's an F-16? Do we still fly F-16s? What's a current
sometimes
fighter pilot?
F-22.
What's a current F-22?
Mm-hmm.
If, let's say, an F-22 takes off, one, do you know how many shots, how many missiles they carry on board, how many rounds of ammunition?
Not specifically. I think I remember from the F-16, and it depends on what their loadout is to begin with. So, you know, it changes per the mission requirements.
But let's say, I mean, you're going up to, say there's enemy aircraft in the air. And, you know, obviously the amount of enemy aircrafts now is obviously a larger number than what it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say we go up and we get into a dogfight and, you know, we send up, I don't know, how many planes go into a dogfight?
I'm gonna do a little flex real quick. Say there's like 10 MiGs on their way to come get us across the Pacific. We'll send 2 F-22s.
Okay.
That's the level of difference between our planes.
So we send 2 F-22s. They can take out successfully all 10 of those,
if not more. Like it's the F-22s.
But what's the number? Is kind of what I'm curious. And then what's the lag time between them shooting? I mean, can they shoot down with if they go up against 10? Do they have 10? Does each one have 5 missiles? Does each one have 10 missiles? And then if they land, what is the lag time from them landing until they can put that plane back in the air ready to fight again? How long? I mean,
well, let's start at the beginning. So, okay, same situation. 10 MiGs. They, for whatever reason, they told us we're gonna come bomb the shit out of Hawaii, and we have F-22s in California, right? You have the distance right here, 2 versus 10. They'll mark them. So let's say there's 5 missiles between the two of them, or 8, whatever, 8 missiles, and then a total of 16. You have 2 jets that are right here. One will drop subsonic. Like just get to where the MiGs are without them fucking seeing that plane, radar them, mark them, and both of them will fire 5 missiles at the same time. And they will be dead before they even get a quarter of the way to Hawaii.
Okay.
As an example.
But okay. So in this scenario, let's say that they came out with their 8. They did that whole scenario, blew up the 10. All of a sudden they see on the radar, here comes another 10. Well, they've only got 6 missiles left between the two of them.
They'll just probably land, or they'll send up 2 more because we have a fuck ton of them. Like, it's not like we're limited on resources when it comes to planes.
Well, but I mean, you've only got so many people on the ground. You've only got so many planes in a specific area.
Mm-hmm.
They've only got so much fuel. They've got, only so far that they can fly.
Yep.
So that's what my curiosity was, is like, if one of those, they go up, let's say they shoot down those 10, and all of a sudden, hey, they said, fuck you, we're sending 10 more. What's the lag time from them being like, all right, we got to get back, we got to reload, and we have to be able to get back into the air? Are we talking an hour? Are we talking 8 hours?
It depends on the distance, right? Obviously.
Well, I'm talking them wheels down to being able to go wheels back up.
Oh, think of like a pit crew from fucking NASCAR, right? They'll strap that son bitch back up like that. Boom. Like minutes.
You're talking fuel,
yep.
Ammo, everything. Rockets, minutes. All of it. I mean, it's okay.
Well,
I wasn't sure.
The fuel gets a little complicated because you can't do concurrent servicing, so you can't refuel the jet and put stuff on it at the same time. It's a safety thing. Just like how if they're refueling my jet, I can't load patients. It's a whole safety thing. So
pussies.
The switch for that, but it's wartime. I can guarantee if it's like shit's popping off, it's wartime. No one's gonna give a fuck. They're just gonna do it anyways.
Okay.
But I mean minutes. Like they'll have that son bitch. But that won't even be an issue because there's gonna be 2 already sent out after them too. Right? Like it's just.
Well, yeah, but I mean, let's say there's 8 planes on the ship and they've already each one killed 2. And all of a sudden, hey, here's 10 more. And so it's just, I was curious what lag times would look like for something like that. Because, I mean, obviously the missiles have to be somewhat sophisticated. And then my other thought is how many fucking missiles do they even keep on one of those ships?
I have no idea.
I mean, how long can they realistically reload for?
A while. I know it's a while. Do you know how we maintained air superiority in like the Middle East? So
I think, yeah, sure. I mean, I don't think we've ever not had air superiority over an area.
The way we maintained it, especially with like air to ground, is we had so think of like a circle in the sky that's several like miles long, right? It's just a big circle, and there's just planes flying in that circle all day, every day. You've got refuelers, tankers, you've got jets, you've got air like A-10s, air to ground, and they're just up there constantly. And they get called in, do their thing, come back up. And they just do that indefinitely. That's how we did it. So think of the amount of like fuel we used.
Oh yeah, that had to have been fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm. But didn't matter. Because to the US government, the lives of the soldiers meant more than the cost of the fuel. Which is that's a fucking great thing. Not a lot of countries think like that. So God bless America. But that's just we kill it. We're like the Spartans of fucking the world right now. It may not feel like it, and I know we have people back home that definitely make it not feel like it. But realistically, we're like a warrior tribe, kind of. Our whole mode of operation for the last 20 years has been combat. We have been in active combat for like 20 fucking years, and we're good at it.
20 years? We've been in active combat since like fucking World War II.
Pretty much, right? We've had little breaks here and there, but our culture is just based around fighting.
They weren't breaks. They were us taking a fucking breather in the corner, like, hey, ding, round's over. All right, get him some water, make a few more fucking jets. Let's see if we can advance this.
And we always do that. That's the thing. Like the Zeros in World War II, they were taking our planes down, right? Tearing them apart. Japan had our fucking number when it came to aircraft. Until the P-52 Mustang came out. And then we started fucking destroying them. We get an issue, we find a flaw, and we spend all the money and manpower we need to fix that flaw. And it happens every time. So easy. Like, not easy, but like every time.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what it's got to be is everybody sees, like, and then I'm sure for Japan, they're like, oh, we're tearing these motherfuckers up. And then all of a sudden we change something. And we started tearing them up, and they were like, hey, we got to fix this fucking problem. We're getting torn up now.
But they
Fucking,
couldn't.
what do we got to do?
They couldn't fix it.
Oh.
And then we weren't getting outclassed by the MiGs, but they were starting to catch up. This was like the time of Top Gun, right? F-16s, F-18s, like they were starting to catch up. And then we came out with the F-22. Like, just beautiful. And we have another plane since then, the F-35.
Well, what I want to know is how many planes are there out there that we don't know about? Because there's got to be shit. Huh?
How many planes do we have that we don't know about?
Yeah, exactly. Because there's got to be a lot of shit that the military fucking doesn't disclose to us. Like,
oh my god, yeah.
There's a reason that fucking James Bond had all the cool gadgets that nobody knew about, and it was because the government kept them a fucking secret. Because if they show the world figures out how to fucking fix them or how to break them, how to beat them.
Yep.
You know, and
absolutely. Oh, I can guarantee you, we've got some like. They just now started coming out with letting the public know about the lasers. And we weaponize lasers. You know,
yeah,
that's some futuristic shit, but it's real. You know, we've had it for a while. They said that, but
I would be willing to bet at this point we've got weaponized fucking satellites.
Oh, probably.
Like, I guarantee you we don't use them. They're kind of fucking endgame type shit.
Yeah.
But they're like, hey, fuck around and find out, motherfucker. Like, we're not going to put anybody even near you, and we're going to send a fucking beam, and it's just going to fucking destroy a city.
Did you know that the hydrogen bomb no longer causes nuclear fallout for as long anymore?
Yeah.
So it's not like it's not a consistent, it doesn't deal with poison damage essentially after a few years anymore. Like, it's just big boom, little bit of poison damage, that's it.
You ever think of how fucked up some of that shit is, though?
No, all of history has been fucked up.
Well, yeah, but like bombs themselves are really fucked up. Like, especially dropping them. Like, if you're just some fucking kid who was born in fucking Japan, you got nothing going on. Your parents fucking work at a factory or something.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna go really racist and said pick rice, but I didn't.
Most of them didn't pick rice. So,
but you know, and all of a sudden, here come some fucking assholes and just drop this giant fucking bomb on you. Like, I'm not saying that we weren't justified in it, but at the exact same time, it would fucking suck to be a kid that lived in fucking
feudal Japan,
Hiroshima, Japan.
Yeah, I mean, it would suck. It would suck. But it did suck for us. They started it.
Oh yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I love talking about history and stuff like that. And first of all, fuck the Japanese because of what they did to Korea and all the other countries out there. Like, that was during that time, and that was fucked up.
Well, I don't know. I always find it so hard because it's like, yeah, there was a lot of Japan that did that, but there was a lot of Japan that didn't do that.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't know. But there's a lot of Japan that felt that way anyways, you know, like whether or not they did or didn't do it.
You want to know what I made my kids watch the other day?
What?
Red Dawn.
Ooh, that's a good one. Not the one with fucking Josh from Drake and Josh. It's decent.
Yeah, it was that one's the better of the two. I just didn't know how much they'd get into the fucking 80s style of it.
Yeah.
Of the first one with fucking Charlie Sheen and
it is
Charlie Sheen and
the newer one.
Yeah, but I fucking hate Drake and Josh fucking guy. God, he's so fucking bad. Well, we talked about this the other day, how fucking Miles Teller would have been like, he would have made that movie.
So perfect for that.
Putting Miles Teller in that position.
Put Miles Teller in anything. If you have someone that's not fulfilling their role, just throw Miles Teller in there.
Chris Hemsworth? Oh god, that would have been so good.
Super good. Probably cost the same too. Fuck.
Yeah.
I just have a big old man crush on Miles Teller. I think he's the best.
Yeah, he's good shit. There's a lot of good male actors out there.
And you know what there is? I'm just waiting. Like, John Krasinski,
Mm-hmm.
Phenomenal actor.
Jim.
I love Jim.
I'm just like, as much as I love Pedro Pascal, I am super mad that he's not fucking Mr. Fantastic.
Same. I again love Pedro Pascal.
Like,
He plays a lot of really good roles I really enjoy. Wish it was John Krasinski still.
although, I suppose you haven't watched it. Never mind. The Last of Us.
I mean, I played both games, so there's no
Yeah.
spoilers.
Well, but it's a show, so I mean, the show doesn't follow the movie or the game 100%.
It does.
Have you watched the show?
I watched the first season, and it was like 1-for-1.
Yeah.
Like that's the whole point. Like that's a big like selling factor for the show is that it follows like.
Yeah, but in the first game, did fucking the lead character die? Pedro Pascal?
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't die in the first season.
Oh, I never finished it.
You just said you watched the full first season.
I got to the last episode and I was like, I don't want to watch this because I know what happens in the game.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
Oh, go finish it then. Interesting. Joel didn't die? Okay. That's a weird way to take it.
Yeah.
But whatever. That's such a well-written fucking story, by the way.
It really is. It was a really good, and like we were watching it and my wife's like, I'm like, these zombies are way fucking scarier than like the Walking Dead zombies.
Absolutely they are.
Because they're fucking realistic.
Yeah.
Like that shit could happen.
It could.
Mushrooms could fucking start taking over people and fucking, like, if you believe in evolution, you have to believe that mushrooms could evolve and fucking start turning us into zombies.
Yep, they could. What's even worse is they don't
100%.
take over your nervous system. Those mushrooms don't take over your nervous system, so you're fully conscious in your state of being.
That'd be rough.
Oh yeah, and that's been done before though with Half-Life 2.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying it's original thought, but it's
good.
The first one to make it to mainstream.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There are some games out that are beyond crazy good. God of War being one of them. I don't know if you ever got into the new God of War.
I played like the first one, but I was never a PlayStation kid. So after I think I had a PlayStation 2, and that was like the first God of War that came out. And then I switched to Xbox after that.
All right.
And so I never got to play them.
I'll send you my PlayStation so you can play God of War.
I still have my PlayStation 2.
I'm not kidding. I'll send you my. It's a PlayStation 4. I never fucking use it for anything. I'll send it to you.
Nobody
God
does.
of War in the disc, in the case.
Yeah.
See, I think you really like it. It's about a dude. You know how Kratos was.
I'm aware of what God of War is.
And it's a dad story. And I think you get a really big kick out of it. But I don't think you can play the second one on my PlayStation. I think you need a PS5 for that, unfortunately. But the first game is worth it enough as it is. It is probably one of the best games I've ever played. Spider-Man, I continue Spider-Man 2. I loved Spider-Man. Spider-Man was fucking awesome. That was a real Peter Parker story. And they're just, the mechanics of them, they're just fucking fun to play. You sit down, you have a beer, no one's home.
I just wish that they'd fucking remaster like fucking Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
They've been talking about doing that.
That would be so fucking cool.
I don't know. I think
especially keeping like the old Goldfinger fucking soundtracks, and
I think I'd get bored.
You would, but it'd be fun as fuck for at least a couple of days.
Yeah, that's true. What if they made it like online co-op? That would be fun because they could. Like that's something super easy to do.
Mm-hmm.
What I wish is that Nintendo would let go of Pokemon and let other people like, because they're just not doing what I need them to do.
They're not doing anything.
They don't have to. They just, and I'm part of the problem. They released a Pokemon game. I'm gonna go buy it. I'm gonna buy a Switch too because the new Pokemon game's coming out. I love Pokemon.
Yeah. Well, that and they're just so heavily into their trading cards. Like they just had a release of a card game, and my buddy, he like is the gym master, runs like tournaments, and he's like, "Hey, we got another release coming out." And I'm like, "We just had one like a month and a half ago."
That's how they do it.
He's like, "Yeah, there's another one." I'm like, well, fucking sign my kids up. There goes another $60.
Mm-hmm. You see so a guy at a convention has a cardboard box with the original shipping label on it, and it has 6 like packs, the legendary packs from like when Pokemon first released, like the cases.
Mm-hmm.
and in that box are those cases, and that box is rated for $450,000.
I believe it.
That's crazy. He was like, "Yeah, this is worth more than my house."
But that's if you can find somebody to buy it. Like,
That is true too.
there's
Jake Paul bought the Charizard.
yeah, Jake Paul's a fucking idiot. Both the Pauls are idiots.
Jake's doing a little better, but yeah,
He's still a fucking idiot.
He's a rich idiot.
Just because he's a smart rich idiot doesn't mean he's not a fucking idiot.
True.
I'm not a big fan of them.
No, you shouldn't be. They're bad people. But
yeah,
respect game, right? I guess.
No, they don't really even have game. They just found a way to make money and found a niche, and they fucking exploited it. Kind of like fucking Mr. Beast. I wouldn't say is one of them. There's a guy that does some of the kids. I fucking really hate like the YouTubers that like go directly towards kids.
Me too. I think it's weird.
Unspeakable is one of them, and then something Blaze. Because my kids have watched them, and I'm watching it, and I'm like, this is so fucking pandering to kids, and this is so fucking all set up.
Yep.
And they watch some of these other shit where these people like build like secret spots and hide in their houses and all this other shit. And I'm like, this shit is so fucking fake.
Yeah.
Why the fuck are you watching this?
Because to them it's entertaining. YouTube in
it
my
really
time, because I grew up with YouTube too, right? Like that's something I grew up with. It was incredibly different. It was so different. I watched people play video games on YouTube. I did it because I couldn't afford to buy all the new games, right? So it was like a thing for me. But those guys would do charity events, and none of it was staged. They were definitely loud. Like
exactly. It was people genuinely doing it and like genuinely doing good things. Like I think Mr. Beast genuinely he was seeking to make money, but he like saw like a new avenue stream that nobody else saw.
Oh yeah.
Versus all these other guys are like, hey, this is what I have to do. Like they're like businessmen, and they're like, hey, this is how I'm gonna make a business. Is I'm gonna do all this stuff for kids, and then I'm gonna get kids, and kids will watch videos if I do this, this, and this. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go rent out a water park for the day, and we're gonna play fucking hide and seek.
Yeah.
And we're gonna film it and make it full of all sorts of fucking drama and shit, even though it's dumb as fuck.
Absolutely. And you still have new good content creators coming out, right? You do. Call Me Chris is a prime example. I don't know if you remember her? So she's the one who did the skits where she pretended to be a little girl and her mom with those little hands.
Okay.
Like little plastic hands. She's very, very popular. Back when TikTok started, she started it doing that. She was a hairdresser at the time too. And now she does like makeup reviews, but like honest stuff, like makeup reviews. She and her husband now own a bunch of land, right? He inherited a bunch of land, so they're ranchers, and she does farm life stuff and just all these little things. And she's just famous for it, right? She's an honest to God influencer. But she doesn't pander to kids. She panders, she talks to adults. And I appreciate that. She went on the Unsubscribed podcast, which is all the vets and stuff, right? And these guys are these guys are tough shit, and I love them. A lot of special forces. They do really cool videos of like shooting different guns, gun reviews, all these really badass stuff. And she went on the podcast to talk to them. She sat at the table, and like one of them was like, "Holy shit!" Because he looked up her subscriber amount, right? And it was like she has more subscribers. Like everyone on this table besides her could take away that amount of subscribers from her. Like all theirs combined.
And she still have more?
She still have more than all of them combined still.
Yeah.
But she's good.
Crazy.
She's good shit.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that. Like she's not crazy or not trying to do anything nuts. She's just having fun and making a fuck ton of money from it. To be honest with you. I bought her candy.
Nice.
She sells sour ropes. It was really yummy. But
sweet.
When people like that get famous, it doesn't make me mad, Like I like that.
No, people like that who are just out there being themselves, not fucking, like I don't know if you know who Ryan is from like Ryan's Playworld. He started
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, he's now like YouTube, like his parents fucking just destroyed that kid's childhood.
Yeah, they did. Absolutely.
Just destroyed it to make money.
Sad.
Yeah.
And he's going to
All
resent
right.
them for
But,
it. All right, but yeah.
oh, for sure. It is time.
Okay.
Kind of like Macaulay Culkin. Did you know he hates his fucking... He hasn't talked to his dad in like 20 years.
Did you know he married Brenda Song from Disney Channel?
I don't know who the fuck that is.
An Asian girl that was really popular in Disney Channel like the early 2000s. Very weird. For me, very weird combination.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching the Sam Beer podcast. This has been a great Wednesday, and we'll see you back here next Wednesday. If you'd like to reach out to us, you can on YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, Facebook, all the stuffs and things. Again, thank you so much for watching. Matt, any final words?
Get out and fucking get some sun, you fucking lazy fucks.
Get some sun, you lazy fucks. Toodles. Ah!